Welcome back, guys, to another video on the channel. I hope you guys have had a great weekend so far. There has been, quite a market crash on FIFA Ultimate Team over the weekend, and I just want to in this video sort of discuss it, how you guys could potentially make coins, etc., etc. So, of course, it was Valentine's Day, so I haven't really been on the market and started trading. But I did buy a Robertson that, unfortunately, I'm actually going to lose coins on. I picked this card up for around about 125. And Footbin said his price was around about 138, so I was hoping to make around about 5 to 6k. Unfortunately, that doesn't look like the case. So if you're someone who's got cards that are losing coins on them, I would suggest maybe keeping them. It all really depends how many coins you're sort of losing out. If you're losing a couple of k and you think you can reinvest those coins elsewhere to make more coins, then maybe sell them. But if you're losing, if you're losing a lot of coins on players like 10, 20, 30k, sit back, hold tight, and just keep hold of them, because hopefully leading into the weekend league rewards next Thursday, that the market will start to hopefully increase. And I'm going to start buying players come Wednesday at 6 p.m. just because, in case EA decide to drop any curveballs or just any SBCs that'll take coins off the market. So you've seen here what I've done. I like to show you exactly what I'm doing. So I'm totally transparent. I've only picked up one or two cards that I did buy, which are sold, but this Robertson that I'm unfortunately trying to sell, I'm going to be losing probably 5 or 6k. So yeah, if you're losing coins and it's only a little bit of coins, like a couple of k, take the loss. But if you're losing a lot of coins, 10, 20, 30k, don't bother. Just try and keep hold of it. Right now, as you can see, how to make coins in this market, I'm going to try and cover low budget methods as well as higher coin budget methods that you guys could possibly do to make coins in this market, because we all know when there's a market crash, it is quite hard to try and make coins. So the first thing I would do, if you're someone who has got a low amount of coins, is do a method that, if you're new to this channel, you won't know that I've put this out on my channel months and months ago. But if you're an OG, you'll probably recognise this trading method. But it's something that I like going back to, or referring to, if you guys have got low coins, maybe you've bought a team, etc. Because the reason why I like going back to it is because it works. There's no point changing something that's not broken. So the very first thing you want to do is shadow gold 3k. So we're going to add this Harry Maguire to the transfer targets, and we're going to add this Sydney, and we're going to add this De Jong, because of course you don't want to be trading with striker Inaki in a shadow, because who wants to use a striker Inaki Williams? So what we're going to do is go to Harry Maguire. Once you've added them to your transfer targets, you want to go to Harry Maguire and see what the cheapest on the market is under whatever price it is in a shadow. So it looks like he's going for around about 3,000 coins. By the looks of it, 3,000 coins, 2,600. So this one will probably sell. So what we're looking at is probably around about 2.8k for this Harry Maguire. So what you would then do is sort of have in your mind how many coins. So if we bid a maximum 2,000, after tax, we're looking at around about 650 coins. Now let's have a look at Sydney. We move on to Sydney, and it's exactly the same process, guys. All you're going to want to be doing is just searching him up in a shadow for the cheapest price. So let's have a look. So it looks like it's more than 3,000. Let's put in 5,000, 4,900. So this would represent a good deal, 3.2k. But the only thing is, of course, he's only 70 pace. He has been on the market for 30 minutes. So at the moment, it doesn't look like there's much demand for that card. So if we can pick this card up around about 2.2k, then there is a possibility we could be able to sell it for around about 4k. So we've won that Harry Maguire there for 2,000 coins, and this is how I would sort of trade, is if you've got low budget, just sort of try and flip cards. So we're going to try and sell this card on for around about 2.8k. And also, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you follow my Twitter and follow my second channel, Ben FUT, if you do like player reviews. But make sure you follow me on Twitter if you want to keep up to date. Now, what we're going to do is move on to De Jong. And it's pretty, it's pretty easy to do, but it can get a little bit repetitive and boring. So it's all about just trying to, sort of zone in if you're very motivated to make those coins. So by the looks of it, 11,000 coins is what the cheapest De Jong is on the market. Are we going to win that Sydney, by the way? So we've won that Sydney. So at the moment, the cheapest is 3.2k. So we're looking at maybe at least 800 or 900 coins after tax on that card, absolute minimum. So we're going to put 8,000 coins on De Jong and sort of just rest on our laurels and just sort of wait. 8.5k. So he was going for around about 11. So we're trying to make it a k on that card. But as well as doing the shadow, you can of course do the hunter. So again, pretty similar filter, max price, 3k, minimum buy now 3k. But the thing is, guys, the best time to do this method is after 6 o'clock. And I'll believe that because obviously there's a lot more cards on the market in order to do this. So as you can see, there's a Hunter, there's defenders. So you don't really want to be trading with Hunter defenders. You want to be looking for players that have got an open bid and are in the correct position. So is there anyone here in the first couple of minutes that I could show you as an example apart from that Vardy? By the looks of it, no. So what we're going to do is just back out and just see how much De Jong's going for. So this is 11,000 coins for that De Jong. So we'll put in 9.7k, which I think is pretty decent. But the maximum I want to go is around about 10k. So 10k 11 is only 450 coins. So you know what, I'm going to leave that card. It's not the greatest profit. So I'm going to try and look at this Jamie Vardy. If I do win this or if I do not, it doesn't really matter. It's just sort of showing you how you can sort of trade in this market if you've got low budget coins, if you've got high budget. So by the looks of it, he's going for around about 2.6, 2.5. So he's going around about 2.5k. So let's see if we can get back on that Jamie Vardy and win it. Unfortunately not. So this guy has won it for 1.6k. He's probably looking around making around about 900 coins. So that's exactly how we'll trade if you've got low budget. So now I'm going to sort of transition into something that I've covered in the last couple of days regarding the foot bin method. And I just want to have a, you know, sort of a discussion regarding it. So pretty much exactly the same principle applies. But the only thing that I want to sort of take from it is, of course, the market is in a downturn. You know, people are panic selling their cards. So these prices are selling all the time. So the minor adjustment that I would make to this method, for example, is Jadon Sancho. So this Jadon Sancho, if I go on Footbin right now, will probably tell me that his peak price over the last day or so is around about 178k. But the thing is, because the market is just in a downturn, that peak price, he may not actually sell for that peak price. He may be a little bit lower than what he is now. So let's just have a look. So right now, this morning at 4 o'clock, he said he was 174k. And right now, apparently he's 158k. The best way for me to trade is sort of just trade hourly. And what I mean by that is literally searching up that Jadon Sancho and seeing what the cheapest price is. So that Jadon Sancho, let's just put in around about 120k and just put in 170. How much is a road to the final? I think it is Jadon Sancho going to cost. So by the looks of it, it's probably not many under, or there's a couple under 170k. Right, so 169,000, 170,000. How would we go around about trading? And this is exactly how I will be trading right now, because the thing is, you can't really hold on to these cards because of the fact that the market is coming down. So you don't really want to, you know, sort of trap yourself if you're holding on this card. Keep re-listening for his peak price, if that makes sense, in case you're not able to sell him for that peak price, because, you know, the market just keeps coming down. So how I would do it, so 155. That will sell. So it looks like around about 163, 165k is the cheapest for Jadon Sancho right now. So really, what we want to be doing is just trying to win this card at around about, you know, 148 to 153 to see if we can make some quick coins. And that's exactly how I would trade, because I wouldn't list him for his peak price, because I said there's a downturn in the market. His peak price, he may just keep dropping. So you want to sort of get in and out of a trade, and that's the best way to trade right now. It's sort of, so if we could pick him up for 150, can we sell him within the next hour for 163 and try and make a quick 5k? Just simple things like that. So let's just see if we can win him. And of course, whilst you are trading for that, oh, something has sold. Whilst you're trading, so shows that I bought off screen, I picked him up for around about 3.4k. We ended up selling for 4.8, which is pretty nice. Maguire hasn't sold just yet, but yeah, let's go back to this Jadon Sancho. So that Jadon Sancho, I was saying, sold for 155k. Our target price is sells for around about 163. So we've won that Jadon Sancho for 150k. So if we sell him 163k, so a website I like to use, guys, that you might have seen other traders like Run the Foot Market use, is FIFA Tools. Something that I've used for a long time is you put in your buy price and then you put in your sell price. So if we've bought him at 150, if we sell him for our target price of 163k, we actually make 4,850 coins on this card. Of course, you know, it's a nice cheeky 5,000 coins, guys. You know, if I could do this 60, 70 times a day, I would absolutely take it. So we're going to try and sell him for one. You know what? We'll add it an extra K. You know, we'll try and make that 6,000 coins and try and doing that. So 6,000 coins if we sell him would be very nice. This Sydney that we picked up for 2.2, we're actually going to try and sell him a little bit above his lowest buy now, because I do recommend, guys, when you're looking for players on the market and you're checking their cheapest buy now, don't always list him up for the cheapest buy now. You know that there's one Sydney at 3.2k under 4.6. So maybe list it a little bit higher, maybe be the second or third cheapest buy now, unless you want that really, really quick flip like with Jadon Sancho. But with these kind of players, the cheaper players, you can afford to list it maybe for the second or third cheapest buyer now and just wait. So guys, that is going to be the end of the video. I hope I've covered some kind of low budget trading for you guys, what you guys should be doing. If you guys have got any cards that you're down a lot of coins on, just hold, because I'm not sure. I don't want to tell you recommend, right, sell them or, you know, buy more cards, just in case the market goes down. The way I like to see it is when buying cards, it's always better to just see if the market naturally rises and then try and buy them, if that makes sense. Like I referred to, you don't always want to be too early to the party. You'd rather be an hour or two late at the party, just before it hits its peak. And for me, that would probably be around about Tuesday night, Wednesday, if we was to, if we was to buy some cards. So we sold that Jadon Sancho, guys, which is fantastic. Obviously, you know, I was expecting him to sell within an hour. So you see, we've bought and sold that Jadon Sancho within 2 minutes for a cheeky 6,000 coins. So as I was saying, players, if you're going to try and buy some players maybe to invest in for weekend league rewards, try and wait till Wednesday and then maybe flip them on the Thursday. And of course, if you're doing this low budget trading, you should be able to flip them within an hour or two. Of course, sometimes they don't always sell in the first hour, and that is because obviously, let's be honest, who's going to buy a Harry Maguire centre-back for their team? People have got teams, you know, they've got meta teams now, so they're not really going to be buying Harry Maguire or Sydney for their team. So just maybe be a little bit patient with that and always relist after 1 hour. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. We are so close to 10,000 subscribers. I've got a new video coming out hopefully in a couple of days. It's going to be something you guys are enjoying. I'm bringing back the trading to 100k, but it's a little bit of a twist on it. So keep your eyes peeled. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video. See you later.